Alright, what's going on, guys? So I just tried to record this before and realised I'd left my microphone off, so that was good. Alright, so I had a couple of people ask me to go through like the menus and stuff like that, so I'll give a bit of a rundown on that. This is the screen you'll pop up with when you start the game. I'm not sure about Steam versions, it might be a bit different, but this is on the PS4 version. So you just get one of the licensed players pop up, and yeah, so takes a little bit of time to sign in and all that sort of stuff, because most things are based off the online side of things. But anyway, as you first pop in, this is the new user interface compared to the last game. The first game was quite bland, and to be honest, this isn't much different. Like, it's just a bit of a different layout, really. There's not much more to it than that. But the first thing you'll come across is the Australian Open option, which obviously if you want to play just the Australian Open, I'm pretty sure you can play either as one of the you can play as one of the licensed players, or you can play as they're generic players, and I think you can... Okay, none of the created players are in here. Unless... Oh no, you can replace. Okay. So, if you go in there expecting all your created, downloaded players to be in here automatically, if you want to play the Australian Open, they won't be. It'll just be all the generic... all the generic players that Big Ant created for the game to like fill in the gaps, so to speak. Play Now, which was called Casual in the first iteration of the game. So basically, if you want to just play one match at a time or something like that, so like there's all your list of licensed players. There's 25 at the moment. There does appear to be 2 women on the Switch version that aren't in the other 3 versions, so that's a bit strange. Everyone's waiting for this day 1 patch as well, which the PS4 version came with that already, and Steam and Switch got that after release. So, and as far as I know, Xbox launched with the patch already in it anyway, so there is no day 1 patch, so I don't know when the first patch will be. Obviously career, so I think you can choose one of the licensed players, or not 100% sure on that. I haven't started it yet, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. The academy, so where you can create or download all your players, logos, venues, all that sort of stuff. So there is a few issues with this. Like, it does work a little bit better than the first game, but in some ways it doesn't. Particularly with like player lists. If you go to search like just every player, and you don't specifically search for a player or a nationality or something like that, it might take you a very long time to get down the list, because like there's 172 here, and it doesn't feel like it loads well enough. One thing I will say about the venue search, you can actually see how the venue in itself looks. You couldn't see that in the first game. You had to download it, then view it. But you've essentially still got to view it on this occasion, because you can't actually see how the courts look and if they've got like sponsors and all that sort of stuff. But I suppose that's kind of an improvement in a sense. So popular players, logos, playlists I haven't really bothered with. Scenarios, obviously that's new to this game. Venues, and then obviously my community. So so one thing I will say is some of the previously created versions of players and things like that, which got like were able to be used in this game, some of the features obviously changed to the point where some of the facial hair and haircuts were missing, or they went a really weird colour and things like that. So some of the creations didn't really translate over so well. But yeah, anyway. So online, I haven't played this yet, but yeah, there's one person there, 79 matches, 77 wins, so they're well on top on the PS4 standings. I don't think this is cross-platform enabled, so I don't think people from different platforms can play each other. So I'm pretty sure this is just purely the PS4 leaderboard. I haven't tried online yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow along with the career mode. Scenarios, I don't think there is any scenarios. I think you have to create them. I actually don't think there's any preset ones. Competition, I think that's just basically if you just want a different kind of competition compared to just the Australian Open. Tutorials, I didn't really bother with this because the controls are pretty much identical to the first game, so I didn't really see much of a point with that. Settings, obviously you got your general settings for your camera views, obviously replays, unit of measurements, all that sort of stuff. Gameplay modifiers, I find this, I haven't, you can see I've got differences with the ball speed on clay, hard and grass. I haven't seen any difference between those three things, despite the fact that the ball speed should be slower. It's slowest on clay. I haven't seen any speed difference. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it for the menus and things like that. I will go through the career tomorrow. I'll probably do a couple of videos on that. Give online a try. And yeah, that's about it really.